because we've got more developments coming in. This time it is from the UK. It is being seen as a huge snub to the Washington, as after over a month of war, the West Asia war still goes on with explosions, destructions and casualties, and United States is upset with its allies not joining the war. We've got developments coming in from UK, where UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said, and I quote, "Iran war is not our war and we are not going to be dragged into it." Now, the context here is that Donald Trump has been making fun of UK for initially not allowing its bases to be used for attacks. There were several those were made by Donald Trump. Keir Starmer had earlier said that the statements that Trump is making is in order to put pressure on him. But now, as unequivocal as it gets, Rishabh, UK is saying this is not our war.
Well, it's not only UK, it's whole of Europe who says that this is not our war. US have asked for help from Japan, from Australia, from NATO members in Europe as well. And all of them have very categorically said this is not our war, we are not going to join in. UK Prime Minister, this is not the first time that he has said so. In past also, in one of the interviews last week, he said that I am Prime Minister of United Kingdom and my priority is UK, not this war. So very categorically, Keir Starmer is not ready to bow down to the pressure that is being exerted by Washington on the NATO allies to join this war. And that is something very clear now coming out.
Right. Big development there. Keir Starmer now saying that he is not going to be pressured into joining in this war. Perhaps, which is why now Trump is changing his mind and looks like he's looking for a dignified off-ramp, which could also be the reason why US is now saying that even if the Strait of Hormuz is not open, they might be willing to ramp down their military operations. Meanwhile, we've also got reaction coming in from German chancellor, who has warned that if war in Iran escalates, it could have a serious impact on Germany as well as Europe. He has drawn parallels with the situation in the aftermath of COVID. All right, Rishabh is now joining us, stays with us for more on this. Rishabh, we've already seen fears being expressed across the world, and now Germany also saying that if this war does not end anytime soon, the repercussions could be very long lasting and drastic, like those in COVID times.
Well, see, one thing is very clear. Europe is under huge pressure. This crisis is real for Europe. They were already under tremendous pressure because of the Russian war, and the way energy supplies were disrupted, LNG supplies from Russia has been, toned down to an extent that they had to look for other, opportunities in West Asia as well. Remember when it was, Biden administration, India was given this leverage, given this exemption that we can import sanctioned oils from Russia. Not sanctioned oil, but Russian oil, though there were sanctions on various Russian entities, because US thought that if India imports from Russia, then Europe can import from West Asia. But now West Asia is also under crisis. Strait of Hormuz has virtually paralyzed that whole, supply chain of fuel and energy to Europe as well. And hence, Chancellor of Germany or French President or UK Prime Minister, these all countries are now looking at the, stern measures to be taken, because they do understand that if this continues for a week or two, there could be a real fuel crisis in Europe, and that is something that will be a problem. Remember, 12 months a year, they need LNG, they need petroleum for various things apart from just running their vehicles or machines. Even their houses require a huge amount of energy, which thankfully India or South Asian countries might not require for. And hence Europe is definitely under tremendous pressure that if this war continues, it will be a problem for them.
Right, it's not just European countries across the world who are looking at the long-term impact of this war. We already know of different kind of drastic measures that have been taken by different countries, including reducing the number of work days, increasing fuel prices, also imposing other kind of restrictions to ensure that whatever supplies that are available to them as of now last as long as possible, because there is no end that seems to be insight to this conflict.